Hello and welcome. I'm Aina May Balaton, and today, we will talk about one of the ISD models, which is the Dynamic Instructional Model or the D.I.D. model. First, let's identify what is Instructional Design Models. ISD describes how to conduct the various steps. These steps involve the instructional design process. The models help trainers and educators to guide and plan the overall process. Examples of instructional design models are the D.I.D model, Assure model, SAMR model, and D.I.D model. Today, we will tackle the dynamic instructional design. Like the other three ISD models, they have some similarities from their steps. But each have strengths and weaknesses. Depending on the problem to be solved by creating a training solution, one of these models may be more appropriate than the others. The Dynamic Instructional Design Model was developed by Judy Lever Duffy and Jean B. McDonald. This model includes all of the critical elements necessary to design effective instruction. Every step of the model is crucial to the process and must be considered carefully. D.I.D. is the study that is predominantly based on matters based on improved technology. It moves around in designing and focusing on the establishment of an appropriate and effective studying environment for all the students. The big picture of this model is mainly about the students and their learning. It consists of special procedures like identification of learning styles among students by creating a welcoming learning environment. In each stage of this study, there is a stage that regards dynamic instructional design. The dynamic instructional design model can be carried out effectively when these steps are put into consideration. Know the learners, state learning outcomes, establish learning environment, identify teaching and learning strategies, select technologies, and evaluate and revise the design. First step is to know your learners. You need to know the characteristics of your learners so that the teaching will benefit them. The characteristics include their development stage, physical and cognitive, cultural, language backgrounds, skills and knowledge they already have, individual characteristics, learning styles, cognitive styles, types of intelligence, similarities and differences as a group, and their effects on the design of instruction. Feedbacks obtained in this step, internal feedbacks, and those obtained after completing the step, external feedbacks, must be used in designing your instruction. Second is to articulate objectives. Outcomes are statements of what students will achieve as a result of instruction. What students can do at the end of the lesson. In this step, you need to not only create performance objectives, but also to critically analyze whether the objectives you have created are measurable, valid, and reliable, and whether or not they have captured the content that the students needed to learn. You can use the Bloom's taxonomy to be guided with the objectives you want to establish. Establish the learning environment. The learning environment includes all the physical and educational aspects that support teaching and learning. For example, seating arrangement, lighting intensities, friendly competition, and gradual difficulty. We need to arrange for excellent physical space when it can be maximally adjusted to meet learner diversity to promote interactivity, active learning, and positive interaction. Excellent classroom climate when it is flexible and meets the needs of a diversity of learners and promotes cooperative, friendly, competitive, and active learning. And excellent in attitudes when teacher attitude is always positive and encouraging, friendly and nurturing. Identify teaching and learning strategies. Learning and teaching strategies are the appropriate methods a teacher will use in order to help the learners achieve an outcome that suits their learning process. A teacher should be capable to carry out a number of methods and activities to obtain an appropriate outcome from the students. Next step, select technologies. In this step, you need to select technological tools that are appropriate for your teaching and learning strategies, and are available to you. You also have to decide how and when to use these technologies. Some of these technological improvements and tools include the use of multimedia CD, radio, videos, and so on. And finally, the last step, evaluate and revise. Summative evaluation is the last step that is effective when it comes to designing and evaluating measures related to learning. There should be chances to allow room for revision in order to improve the design. In fact, this can be achieved through self-evaluation on the effectiveness of your lesson. This on the same note can be achieved by giving the students a questionnaire to fill up so that the teacher can know the views of the students. However, if the students have not performed well, then it means that the teacher must start again the earlier steps used in designing. In summation, the results obtained from students can be used to know whether the students have understood what is required of them during the lessons or not. Remember, the Dynamic Instructional Design Model or D.I.D. is based on designing technology-infused instruction and focuses on creating an effective learning environment for the students. This will for sure improve the rapidity and intensity of the lessons so that they can reach learners effectively. Unlike other methods of teaching, the use of technology has become the most essential and fastest way of taking lessons in the class. That's it for Dynamic Instructional Model. Thank you for listening.